Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Rand, and I'm the managing partner at Community Capital Advisors. The following video is the second of a series with Reggie Knox, the executive director for California FarmLink. This video describes how FarmLink supports small farmers acquire land and positively affect the farmers' families for generations to come. We also discuss how farmers of color face racism and how to avoid these pitfalls. Check out the other videos with Reggie for more information on how industrial food systems affect you and me and how philanthropy can support farmers. Also, visit Community Capital Advisors for more great interviews with other impact investment leaders in the field. Thanks so much. Obviously, we're both in California, so land is always, and real estate is always of interest to everyone. So how does it work? So what does a typical land acquisition look like if I'm a farmer?
Yeah, well, that's a great question because that goes back to our land access program that we've had since the beginning, where mostly historically we've worked on leases with farmers. So, by and large, our clients are leasing land. They're not able to purchase land.
Yeah.
But we want them to be able to engage with the landowners in a solid lease agreement that they can bank on, right?
Yeah.
So land security, and if we're going to be making them a production loan, then that lease term needs to be at least as long as the loan is for.
And your organization will provide that technical assistance then, not to like feed you an answer, but it sounds like you guys provide a lot of TA and hand holding to the farmer as it relates to these leases and to make sure best practices are happening.
Yeah, so one of the initial ideas was that we have this website that links landowners with farmers, so that if you have an extra 10 or 20 acres to lease on your property, you can do that through FarmLink's website. And then eventually we started getting more in depth with our work around leases. We worked for over the last 10, 12 years with the Stanford Legal Clinic to really deepen the number and type of lease clauses that we have. So we started, for example, working in first rights of refusal and options to purchase. And so we think about our lease work as developing pathways to ownership for farmers. And then when our loan program, we became certified as a CDFI in 2013, and then made our first land loan in 2015. And now we've made about 30 land loans. And
Fantastic.
The operating loans are typically under $50,000, but the land loans are in the $500,000 to $600,000 range on average, and we're going up to $1 million now. But helping farmers develop the pathway to that potential for ownership, an affordable loan. Sometimes we work in partnership with land trusts who are able to purchase an easement, a conservation easement on that land, and all of a sudden you can, reduce the cost of acquisition of that land for a farmer once the easement's been placed on it by 40 or 50%.
So a land trust would then provide that funding to say, we're going to keep this land in perpetuity as farmland. So like whether it's a Post or a Malt or a whomever, they would provide that type of funding, and you guys would come in and provide the land loan. And that's really where the transfer of wealth happens, isn't that right?
That's right. Yeah, the ability. Well, that's where we can go back to the word equity, right? So we're talking about how can we make it possible for these farmers who are often farmers of color, who are often undocumented farmers. We recently looked back at our numbers, and 23% of our borrowers historically have been undocumented farmers. So people typically, people know that farm workers are undocumented. They don't know that farmers are also undocumented. And these are the future of our agricultural system, the Latino farmers in California. So
they keep us all fed all across the country, all across the world.
Right. So you know, how can we allow these farmers of color to also gain control of the assets and the ability to, you know, to build equity, to build wealth through the appreciation of land or other assets on the land.
And family wealth too, that can transfer from generation to generation. I think that's super important. That's great.